whatever practice or whatever movement that we are doing. I'll just swap onto this bigger camera, and let's start off with our little shaking about. So just shaking the wrists, shaking the legs. Really, when you are doing the shaking, letting go of any tension here in the shoulders and the upper body. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck and our shoulders. And using the arms and the legs almost like pumps. Feel the spine, movement through the spine. If you are comfortable with it, just knock the heels onto the floor. So you can just bang the heels, get some vibration, more vibration going through the bones, through the structure. Move around a little bit if you need to move around, go side to side a little bit. And then just slow it down and come to about hip width apart with the feet. Just a standing posture. Pop your hands on your belly, just your hands across the belly. Do very small movements, micro movements forwards and backwards. And I want you just to notice the force of gravity, so the energy of gravity pulling you down. Now if you shift your weight too far forwards or too far back or too far side to side, then you're not aligning as efficiently as you can be with that force of gravity. So just really explore micro movements, tiny movements in the heels, in the feet, in the hips, also in the head position, the spine, where you feel the alignment with gravity. You may have a little bit more weight through the heels. And now bring your attention to your breath. See where you notice it. It might be in the nostrils, you might feel it in the nasal cavity. You might feel it in the belly center. In the back of the body, the ribs. Just notice where you feel the breath. And then just let the arms go, shake the hands out a little bit. Let's put some more movement back into it. So let's go fist width apart. We'll do our cat-cow standing. So this practice, this exercise is to really get the spine extending and then flexing. So we're creating that extension through the spine and that flexion through the spine. So we're exaggerating the movement of the spine and the rib cage, really over exaggerating that movement when we're taking the breath in and the breath out. So we go on bent knees. I'll show you from the side. So we've got that little bit of like 1/12 of a squat. You're slightly tilted forwards, the hips are back. Bring your arms up so you're in this position. Extend and look upwards. and then come back, flexion, tuck everything in there. So you can tuck the pelvis, you can squeeze the glutes a little bit, tuck the pelvis underneath, and then you extend and open, and then tuck. So it's like you're doing a yoga cat-cow, but we're doing it standing. Now watch when you extend that you don't compress that lower back. So really extend upwards from the crown, open up the chest. And let's settle into that rhythm. So in your own rhythm. And I'd like us to breathe in through the nose as you extend, and out as you contract. Now keep the breath smooth and the movement smooth. So really settle into your own rhythm. Keep that rhythm going. No force. Think of stretching or releasing tension rather than pulling or forcing anything. Nice fluid. Breathing a nice, good, fluid movement. Open the chest. Let's do 2 more in your own rhythm. Keep the knees soft, knees bent. 2 more at your own pace. And then just bring the hands down by the side. Shake out if you need a little bit of a shake out. So rhythm of movement, rhythm of breath with the movement, keeping it smooth, keeping it fluid. We're going to do the same practice. This time I want you to increase the volume. So very much there we were just breathing a comfortable volume in through the nose, out through the nose. We're going to do the same movement, but I want you to do a bigger volume of air as you breathe in. Doesn't have to sound, but I'm just making a sound just so you can hear. Bigger volume of air as you breathe in, and then you're going to use that out breath. You're going to use a mouth out breath to really squeeze all the air out. Squeeze all the air out of my throat. Squeeze all the air out. So you're pushing a little bit more air out. You're bringing that diaphragm back up. So we're exaggerating the breath. We can make the movement slower, but we're making a breath fuller. Again, go at your own pace or your own rhythm so that your breath is in smooth and your movement is smooth. So same movement, starting position here, knees bent. So you're drawing in a fuller breath, bringing in a fuller breath. And then out. Squeeze all the air out. Big breath in. Slow as you can. Breathe in. Really active breath out. Let's do 2 more in your own rhythm. Breathe in. Keep the knees bent. And then rest when you've done those two. Just come back to that standing posture again. Pop your hands just on the belly there. Balance the line with gravity. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable with your eyes closed. So we've exaggerated, we've done a big movement there with the spine, so really extending and flexing the spine. Now as you're standing, pop one hand on top of the sternum, keeping the other hand on the belly. So if I mirror you, I've got my left hand, or you've got your left hand on the sternum, your right hand on the belly. And just as you tune in now to your breathing, I want you to almost feel that extension as you breathe in. I'm going to exaggerate the movement, but that extension as you breathe in, and that very subtle flexion as you breathe out. So you're getting that spine wave, but without doing that big movement. So now we've freed up. Shake the shoulders out if you need to shake the shoulders out a little bit. Now we've created some space in that spine. See if you can just feel, or even just be aware. If there's no movement there, that's fine, but even just be aware of that wave effect as you're breathing in, so the breath is smooth. And you may feel it down here first. So you may feel a little bit of pressure on that right hand as you breathe in. And then you feel the breath rise to this left hand. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and down. Keeping the spine tall. And also being aware of that connection, that force of gravity, that you've been balanced and you're aligned with the force of gravity. And then just settle into the rhythm. So just smooth, easy breathing, just breathing naturally. Just allowing your body to breathe just the right volume of air that it needs at this moment in time. But really tune into the smoothness, the rhythm. See if you can iron out if there's any edges to that breath, if there's anywhere that it feels a little bit stuck. You may just want to move a little bit, find that balance. Good, and then just let your arms rest by the side. Shake the hands out a little bit. With this chest, again, there's the real, you watch a lot of the breathing practice and we talk about belly breathing and chest breathing, but we're actually breathing, this is just one unit. So you will feel the belly move a little bit because obviously the diaphragm is dropping down when you relax and breathe into your center. So that's a really nice focus to bring the breath to the center, but actually we're not breathing into the belly or we're not forcing the breath down to the center. Just feel that happen. The more you center yourself, the more you balance yourself, get yourself nice and aligned. Also with the chest, we don't want this locked here. So there's a difference between when you feel the breath coming into the upper chest here. It will move forwards a little bit, but we're not hiking up the shoulders. So there's a big difference between pulling the breath up here, but allowing that the sternum and the collarbone just to open up. So feel that openness, feel that freedom and space in that upper chest, even when we're just breathing softly. So the more you settle into that rhythm, the more you can feel that nice flexibility without doing big breaths. But actually that movement is really good to actually open up and get the spine moving. We're going to practice a little bit more on rhythm, so find yourself a comfortable sitting position. And I'm just going to play you a rhythm now. Now hopefully you can hear this, so just get yourself comfortable. So if you're on the chair or on the floor, feet grounded, really be comfortable in the support of the floor, of the surface that you're sitting on. So confident that you're strong and supported by that surface. And tall through the spine, so really nice and strong through that spine. But again, we've just worked on that really nice flexibility, so we don't want to lock the spine. You still want to feel that very subtle movement if you can, or even just imagine that movement. Imagination or thinking or visualizing is a really good way just to tune into that. And I'm just going to play you a rhythm now. So just let me know that you can hear this, because sometimes there's problems with the sound on this. So if you can hear this on Zoom, just pop your hands up. Good. So I want you to settle into the rhythm that feels comfortable with you. There's a metronome ticking through that, but see if you can just settle into a rhythm of an in and an out breath that suits you to that count. And now we're going to see if we can tune into a 6 breath in and a 6 breath out count. So I'll count you through it. So it'll take a little time just to settle in together. So let's breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. And out. And in. Out. And in. And out. Let's explore staying with that rhythm. 6 counts in, 6 counts out. Keeping the breath smooth, soft, supple. Light. Deep in the true sense of the word. Keeping tall through the spine, shoulders relaxed and soft, belly relaxed, rib cage relaxed. Tuning into that really subtle spine wave. As you're breathing in that extension. And as you're breathing out the softening. And then just stay with the breath, just stay with that easy breathing, but breathe in your own. If the rhythm settles into a slightly different rhythm, just breathe at your own natural rhythm of the breath. Just keep the body calm, relaxed. And then just bring your hands again onto your belly, just onto the center. Really feel that sense of strength and grounding and support, and at the same time that energy through the spine, that uplifting, that strength through the spine in the body. And then in your own time, just bring the focus back around you. You might like to do a nice stretch out, up, shoulders cracked. You might want to do one big breath in and let go if that feels comfortable. If you don't feel like doing that, then that is absolutely fine, but do whatever you need to do just to bring yourself back into the space around you. We've hopefully really tuned the body in there, calmed the mind, reduced the breathing to a really comfortable level where you're not over breathing, where we're getting that right balance of oxygen, balance of CO2, so that we can help focus the mind, and also tuning into that rhythm, the rhythm of the breath. Our body loves rhythm. We have heart rate, breath rate, so a little thing to focus on through the rest of the day. We'll finish there with the class. As I say, the Zoomers, if you want to stay on, if you want to ask any questions, if you want to, I'd quite like to do a little introduction, seeing as you all are on the same class every time. But again, if you do need to go, somebody's leg's going up in the air, then that looks, who's that? It's Rebecca, yes. That looked great, I just saw a leg. So I'll finish the class there for Facebook and YouTube. So thanks for watching if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube. Remember to always subscribe, click like, share with your friends. It's free on Facebook and YouTube if you want to join in every Tuesday, Thursday morning. We'll be running through Christmas as well. So we'll have live classes over the next couple of 2 or 3 weeks. So thanks for watching on Facebook and YouTube.